Hi everybody, good morning. Happy to be here. I'm a long veteran of the Israeli and global capital markets, and in recent years I've been writing and pitching about sustainable investment and financing sustainability development goals, and it is quite a challenge. And I'm watching in amazement the rise up of a new ecosystem, blue economics. And I think that we have amazing panelists that what they actually do is invest in innovation towards sustainable investments, but also good investments. That's the whole idea, leveraging technology in that sense. So without further ado, I would like to present panelists. There's just one thing that I would say after Dror's comment on the situation. In Israel, we always have a situation. But looking at the incredible innovation and spirit of the Israeli people, I'm sure that for Israel, not just the sea is blue, also the skies are blue. So together with me is Noam Javits, founder and general manager of the YAM Fund. Dr. Michael Hwang, he is the chairman of the Bigbang Angels. Lior Hanuka is the CEO of HiCenter Ventures, the Blue Economy Center here in Haifa. Hannan Carmeli, the general manager and founder of the DOC. He will explain later on. And Dr. Amira Sharon is the technology partner of Oz Exceed, AWZ, Oz Exceed. Okay, so perhaps we'll start with Michael. Michael, let me ask you bluntly, what brings you here to Israel, to Haifa, and later on you'll tell us a bit about Bigbang Angels.
Thank you for inviting us. First of all, thank you for the CEO of the HiCenter inviting me to here. I'm here to absolutely as an investor, I wanted to look at the opportunity in terms of blue tech startups in here, because recently there is a new emerging demand in terms of investment opportunity in Korea is the blue economy. You may see the Korea has a three sides of sea, right? We are kind of an island. We cannot go through the the Europe through the land because we have a North Korea, right? That's the reason we have a great shipbuilder, right? We have a lot of food manufacturing company, which means I believe that if I could find a good blue tech companies such as aquaculture company or ship related companies, I wanted to bring them to Korea because I believe that Korea is the great trustable country to get into the markets, go to the China and Japan. I think the Korea is the good base camp for the CJK market, which means Israel and Korea, both of us have a specialty in terms of market size, in terms of talent, in terms of several things. I think we could leverage each other country's strong point. That's the reason why I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, and more specifically, can you tell us how you implement that philosophy through Bigbang Angels? Where do you invest, especially? I mean, have you already started to invest in that area?
Okay, honestly, 10 years ago, I started my investment as a hobby. When I was a professor in universities, I started my angel club in 2012. About 10 years ago, but nowadays I become more like the institutional investors. I started my investment with several the content company or like the commerce companies, but these days I'm more focusing on the deep techs, such as medical, bio, or IoT things. But the problem is that, for me, is that in Korea, is too competitive for the investors too, which means I need to find the more good technology, not just in Korea, but more about the global companies. That's the reason why I'm here. That's the reason why I'm interested in the new theme, such as blue economy. I believe that even though it is a new theme in Korea, blue economy, is the new theme for the Korean government too. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I would like to proceed with Lior. I mean, you hear about the interest from someone like Michael, other international investors. So first of all, I would like to learn from you. You are the founder of the National Center of Blue Economy, the leading blue tech institute in Israel. Where do you think Israel will be in that ecosystem? Explain to us a bit about what is exactly blue economy. Is it about innovation or more than that? And why do you think Israel is a good place to thrive as an ecosystem?
So I think that let's start from the beginning. The beginning is that when Nachshon called me in April 2021 and asked me, Lior, hey, we need to establish the Blue Economy Initiative. I said, okay, God, what is this? Blue Economy? Never heard about this area. Start to work about this, and with the pushing of all the vision and the of Nachshon, of course, we start to explore and find that this is something that in Israel we don't have any technology nor any knowledge. I know that you present 52 companies, but I think that more of them are recycling program. I mean, you refund those companies. As of today, we have only 150 companies in Israel. And when we compare this situation to the agri-tech as of 2012, the same position. And as of today, the agri-tech is, one of the pioneer area for investing. And I think that the methodology that we are going to implement regarding to accelerate the ecosystem of blue economy is going to be the same, i.e., we are going to the university, we are going to support disruptive technology, and I'm sure that in the next 10 years, we are going to not double is not the target, we are going to 10 times as of today, the companies that we have today. And I think that what we need to do, we need to join together all the institutions, Israeli, Israel, I hope that Israel will start to, to be more cooperative. I know that the Israeli authority is our partner, but we have a lot of ideas. All the institutions that's sitting here. And from our point of view, blue economy is not ocean. It's not an ocean economy. Ocean economy is part, which is not, we need to add to this ocean economy the sustainable technology. I mean that we need the technology that mandatory request for our point of view is that the technology should be sustainable. And there is no way that we will support any technology which will not show how we make this world better, how can we decrease the pollution or whatever. So that's from our point of view. The blue economy is, first of all, sustainability. We go into the offshore energy, which is, I think, the most, let's say, segment, most attractive segment in the world today. Of course, aquaculture and biotechnology, which is, I think, is going to, we have a lot of know-how in the university that we are trying today to explore. And I think that we will have a lot of surprise in the next 2-3 years that currently we found.
Yes, Lior hit upon a few of the challenges and opportunities. I want to go to Noam Javits, who is implementing a philosophy that is interesting. I also heard a bold statement from him about where the Israeli ecosystem is going to be, its position in the world in the next 10, 13 years. So tell us first about Keren, and also relating to Lior's point, what is your alignment with sustainability goals?
Thank you. So Keren is a new fund. We are 100% focused in blue economy, which is quite unique. I believe we target 3 goals, 3 sectors. One is aquaculture and everything related to marine biotech. Second is ship tech, port tech. And the third is ocean impact, which includes renewable energy, sustainable energy, carbon capture from the ocean, waste management, plastic, and so on. But I do agree that in the end of the day, we're a private company looking for X times returns on investments to our investors, and so we're very focused on that. In this regards, and specifically to your question, you know, I was looking when was the first Israeli international conference in cyber in Israel, and it happened only 13 years ago. It's not a long time. I do believe, and I'm quite confident that Israel is going to be a world leader in blue economy, just like cyber is today, is a world leader in cybersecurity. And I'll give you 2 reasons why I believe it's going to happen. Because when we build companies in Israel, and I'm reaching out to people from abroad, explaining what happens in Israel, we innovate not only to make tons of money and unicorns. We innovate because innovation is key to our survival. Our neighborhood here, and I'll give you 2 examples. One, water. As a desert company lacking water resources, we became a world leader in desalination technologies. 9 out of 10 water cups that we drink today is sea originated. And we did that not to build unicorns and big exits. We did that because we needed to survive. Second is energy. We are proud in Keren and privileged to have Ratio as our co-founder investor. We came in and they said a beautiful sentence. They said, we made our fortune from the ocean. We want to bring back to the ocean in a good way. So let's do that together. And we know where oil and energy is originated in our neighborhood. So we went out to the sea and we became energy independent. We are a world leader in energy. We sell energy today to our neighbors. So, I want to use this stage to say thank you to HiCenter and Haifa and the Blue Economy Center for enabling this conference to happen, because the first one internationally for cyber happened 13 years ago, and it will take us 13 years and we will become world leaders in blue economy. The second is, I want to use this stage and to say that the reason why we succeeded is not only because we survived, but because it is inherited in our DNA to cooperate with each other versus the threats that we're having and the reason we innovate. And this is why I want to use this stage to call the Israeli as well as abroad to come and cooperate with each other. Let's share deal flow, let's share investors, let's cooperate with each other, because this is the only way we're going to succeed. And in the ocean, all the metaphors of the sea are right. Okay, we're all in the same boat, and we will all go through the waves and the storms together. So I want to use this stage to call out to people to come and cooperate with Keren, and it's a great place to be in. And thank you for inviting Keren to present here.
Great, Noam. Another example of current collaborations and actually an impressive list of international investors. The doc, Hannan, please describe to us what the doc is all about, and where is your area of focus?
Sure, happy to do that. You did not ask me, Moshe, why I am coming to Haifa. I'll tell you that I have 90 years old parents living in Haifa, and every time I am here, they are pleased and I am pleased because I have a chance to visit them as well. So I'll just start with that personal note. Great to be here in this city. A few words about the doc. We are a vertical VC fund, a vertical fund that focuses over maritime and logistics. That means anything that has to do with the challenges of vessel operations, terminal operations, multimodality logistics, ship to rail, ship to truck, of course, sustainability that overarches everything, and cybersecurity. All these are areas of interest to us. In terms of our ongoing activity, we are looking for startups that are attending to these challenges. We usually write checks of anywhere between $1 million and $3 million, which means that our sweet spot is around late seed to round A. Or in other words, startups that already have version 1.0 of their product and already have a few paying customers. Generally speaking, this is the threshold in order to qualify and attract our attention. I would say two sort of known ubiquitous statements that I'd like to mention here. And this is that our work is usually a numbers game. And the second one is that it takes a village to raise a kid or a child, and I'd like to explain. First of all, it's a numbers game. Any VC will agree that we need to work on the deal flow. We need to constantly feed the beast of the top of the funnel with new startups that we are looking at. And this is pretty heavy lifting to do. And just to give you an idea, we have seen in our CRM to date, over the last 6 years, we have seen more than 1,000 startups from Israel and from around the world to eventually make at the bottom of the funnel investment in 14 companies. So our startup 14 companies, which means a ratio of 1 to 60, 1 to 70, and we aspire to get to 1 to 100. In order to do that, I agree with Noam, collaboration is needed. Joining hands together. We usually feel very comfortable co-investing with others as well. And we have examples from that here in Israel. We had mutual joint investment done with Zimlines. We had with Tau Ventures, which is the venture arm of Tel Aviv University. As a matter of fact, we have one deal. We are working together with Oz Fund as well. And of course, we have many other funds and CVCs around the world, from Germany, from Greece, from Singapore, that we are joining hands and investing together. I think this opportunity that we have here, which actually manifested itself even yesterday, I will disclose that we had the prep call, and it was a very exciting discussion that we had internally talking about collaboration between people here around the table on this panel, and I have high hope that indeed we'll be able to do that joint activity in order to make sure that we exchange opportunities to feed the funnel of each and every one of us, and also do co-investments together, because each one of us can bring its own qualities and connections, whether private, whether municipal, whether government, for the benefit of the startups that we invest in.
Thank you, Hanna. Thank you, Hannan. Amira Sharon, Dr. Amira Sharon is a technology partner for AYZ Exceed, and AYZ is deploying relatively unique philosophy of dual-use innovation. Can you elaborate about this, and in general, how AYZ is looking at blue economy in order to leverage its business?
Thank you. I'll be glad to share with you some of our strategy and echoing some of the things that the dear participants here have just said yesterday and today. I'll tell you a bit about Oz Ventures and how we became interested in blue tech and what do we think that is in it for all of us. So Oz Ventures was founded in 2016 by our founder and managing partner, Yaron Ashkenazi. It's based in Toronto and Tel Aviv and also offices in the UK. It's a multi-stage fund and through a few VCs and some also specific vehicles, we already invested over $350 million, mainly in Israeli startups. And I think this is one of the things we all agree about, that blue tech should and can and has a great potential, specifically here in Israel, both through us being the startup nation we are and the challenges we are facing here. So as I said, we're a multi-stage fund. We invest all through the range from inception through pre-seed, seed, and round A as well. And actually, we take another strategy, and rather than waiting for startups to knock on our door or handle hundreds of startups in the funnel as a deal flow, we act differently. We are very proactive in what we call finding the unknown. Okay, it's a constant process, an internal process, in which we conduct a thorough research on a variety of fields, deep tech, and potential opportunities we foresee, and then we map and make the connections among them. And based on this, we constantly look for new opportunities. Okay, connecting the dots, connecting the deep tech, whether it is through academy, whether through ingenuity, entrepreneurs, and others. We also invest in startups that already exist, as you mentioned. But our proactive approach enables us to actually consider and explore foreseen and future domains, sectors. We usually, you called it dual use. It was formerly called dual use. We'd rather call it multi-application, multi-applicable technologies. So we're always looking for partners, whether from the commercial world, strategic partner, other VCs, and also we join forces with the DDR&D, which is called Mafat here in Israel. I'll just tell you I'll share with you a short example, just to illustrate how it works. 10 minutes, all for me. I'll make it short, okay? This proactive approach is not only something we say, it's hard work, actually hard work. About a year ago, for example, we were looking for some technology, some big technology, all across the world. We were looking for something to cope with scenarios of future computing, quantum included. And we were looking all across here in Israel and over the globe. And through our partners, the DDR&D and the agent partners, we found an article stating that there is such technology based on photonics, and some notion about the readiness assessment of the technology for the future. So this is how we got acquainted with a specific professor in Ben Gurion University, okay? After exploring the entire globe, we just got to Be'er Sheva. I'm stating again that we have a unique nation. So we got to Be'er Sheva, to this specific professor. The end of the story is that it works. It has worked already as a POC in his lab. He became one of the founders and is the CEO of the company, who stays in our hub. They are accompanied with a 2 years program of mentoring. It's only a year, and they are already expecting a contract of $15 million by the end of this year. It's working, it's fascinating. It's photonic encryption for encrypting data over optic fibers. And you know, unless we have been doing what we are doing, looking for the unknown, proactively working, researching, detecting, tracking, creating this map of connections, and actually, you know, incept a company, found a company rather than fund a company, we wouldn't be able to do that. So we hold it, you know, 360 degrees. And this is why we truly believe that the potential of blue economy is definitely worth exploring, the same, together with partners, potential partners, and we truly hope that we will all benefit from it. Thank you.
So I remember that during our conversation yesterday, someone said something that I really related to about sustainable investment, also blue economy investments in that respect. It's not investing in a software. Technology is not the end game. You need huge investments in order to actually create infrastructure. That's what it is all about. And infrastructure need huge financing. And then, Michael, I would go to you with that question. We see in Asia raising money through blue bonds and so on. Here in Israel, we have a very advanced bond market, one of the most accessible to retail investors in the world. How do you view the blue bond market? Is it going to be there as the green bond market succeeding, and basically even Israeli companies today, Israeli banks, others have issued green bonds. Do you see the same path for blue bonds?
You mean that is there any great potential, market potential in the East market, right? Including the Korea, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, raising blue bonds in order to really finance the user investments that are needed.
I think we need to consider 2 points. One point is absolutely the sustainability. I know that European countries have invested in the several decades in terms of sustainability, ESG, or new energy, something like that. But honestly speaking, Korean companies, big corporations, didn't care about not much. But few years ago, they started to look at these matters, this is sustainability. Even the government pushed them to do something, which means even large corporations, including the LG or Samsung, or maybe you may know some names in Korean, big corporations, have to do something in terms of sustainability. I believe that if we could find a good technology to solve some sort of a problem in particularly ocean, particularly near the shores, the three sides of Korea, I think we could offer the great technology to them, and let's solve some big problem in terms of sustainability in Korean market, right? You may know that Korea is just top 7 or top 8 market size in the world, not just in CJK market, which means if the Israel company could do the good pilot project in Korea, we could help them to expand the business into the whole Asian market. You may know that Korean company has a great kind of trustable point to every countries in Asia, including the SE market, which means we could find good companies to do the great business in Korea, I think they could expand more easily into the whole Asian market. That's my belief.
Good.
Startups.
Sure.
I can give you an example of startups actually sitting here in the audience, speaking about sustainable economy in blue tech. You know, fishing is not sustainable, right? Back in the 90s, the ocean generated 100 million tons of fish a year, and we are consuming 100 million fish a year. It's ended, right? The future is aquaculture, which is sustainable. So we have here Go Smart, we have here halophilics, we have here bioefficiency, we have here V-Aqua. They are all producing technologies and solutions for aquaculture. If they succeed, it means that humanity will have enough protein from the ocean, because today we've consumed it. That's it. We are today where chickens and cows were 8,000 years ago. They are not reproducing naturally anymore. And Israel also is known for raising cows and chickens technologies, right? So we're now using those technologies to adapt into aquaculture. And we have here in the audience amazing solutions to give also amazing returns on investments when those companies succeed, and they need funding. So go meet with Go Smart, Felix, bioefficiency, V-Aqua, and so on and so forth, because that's the future of ocean-based protein.
Let me add one case. Recently, Bigbang just invested one Germany company which have a technology in terms of alternative fish meat. The point is that this German company has a great technology, but they have a big problem because German has a big regulation in terms of food, particularly this kind of a seaweed-based food. But Korea, every Korean are eating every day seaweed, which means their technology is coming from the seaweed-based fish meat, which means in Korea they don't need to have approval for the Korean FDA to produce their seaweed-based fish meat. Yeah, which means they can start the business right now if they have a great partner in Korea. That's the point we wanted to help them. That's the point we want to invest in. Because absolutely, as you said, absolutely fishing is the big problem. It's not just in Korea, absolutely in every Asian, right, countries. Yeah, thank you.
Speak about microplastics and so on is also a solution. People think that investing in plastic solutions is like hugging the waves. It's not. We're eating plastics. So we need to generate bioplastic solutions and waste management solutions, because we consume that with the fish that we eat. So there's tons of money in that, and there's tons of money in returns on investments in this regards. So I definitely agree with you, Michael. It's the way to go.
We have 2 minutes to go, and I think it's a good time to intervene the government. Now, Dror is here, and Innovation Authority, frankly, is doing amazing stuff in order to encourage high-tech in Israel in general. Also, sustainability have interacted with the guys, and they have really good plans. But unfortunately, the government of Israel is thinking small, not the authority, but basically the budget allocated towards advanced investments, high-tech investment, and so on. Even the authority budget was cut. We have seen the Israeli high-tech rising up with the Yozma funds and other initiatives like that. And today I look at Yam Fund and look at the doc. Where's the government here? So can perhaps, Hannan, perhaps you can relate to that?
Well, I am smiling because when the clock was ticking 10 seconds to go, you opened about the government. So I am a great believer of focusing on the private sector, the private lead, and I believe that the government in a way adjusts and identifies the market failures maybe, things like that, and acts to remove it. This is what I see also the role of the Innovation Authority, not really to lead the direction so much as to actually remove obstacles from the way of the startups, the investors, and such. So yes, it could be better, but I believe that we should also cherish what we have, again, not speaking about the whole government, but the Innovation Authority.
I think that one of the things that it's unique to Blue Economy is that the project, each and every project is $1 million project. It's not a software company that we need to put $1 million and that's it. And you mentioned the Blue Bond, which is currently not the one of the things that today we can mention as a successful because we don't have a technology and the project are cost millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, and the only way that we can push this Blue Economy and all the project is together with the government to push the technology and then to reduce the cost of the project.
Okay, with that positive theme, I conclude the discussion. Thank you very much.